What's up YouTube, this is Galacticgod, and welcome to another episode of Why Didn't This Card See Play? Now this week, we're going to be taking a look at the monster card, the Eccentric Boy. Now this card was originally released as a super rare in Duelist Pack 9, and has yet to been re-released. So, this is a level 3 wind monster, Spellcaster type, tuner monster. It has an effect that says, when using this card as a Synchro Material Monster, the other Synchro Material Monster is one monster in your hand. The Synchro Monster that used this card as a Synchro Material Monster cannot activate its effect. Its effect is negated, and is removed from play when the monster is removed from the field. So basically what this card allows you to do is just summon him straight up, use another card in your hand as the other Synchro Material Monster, make a Synchro Monster out of it, and then that monster becomes kind of like a vanilla Synchro Monster. So let's say your opponent had like a Stardust on the field, and then you summon Eccentric Boy, and you have another level 4 monster in your hand, say Thunder King or something like that. You can then use Thunder King from your hand and this card to bring out something like Scrap Archfiend. Now Scrap Archfiend doesn't have an effect anyways, so Eccentric Boy's effect that negates his effect is, pretty much moot. You can then attack over your opponent's Stardust and still have that strong beater on the field. Essentially what I think he's good for is just getting out big strong beaters really fast. It's not a bad effect. I think it's a pretty balanced one. Perhaps that might be why it hasn't seen any real competitive play. His effect isn't broken or over the top, so therefore, duelists kind of tend to ignore it. But what do you think it is? Why is it that Eccentric Boy never really saw any play? I mean, his effect is not really all that bad. Do you think it's just because he doesn't really gain any advantage? He's still using 2 cards, one from your hand, himself from the field. Is that what's really holding him back? Is it because the Synchro Monster comes out as essentially like a normal monster, that it doesn't get an effect? In the comment section below, let me know what you think it is that's really keeping this card from seeing any competitive play now, or in the past when it actually came out, when Synchro Monsters were, everywhere, and everybody had to use Synchro Monsters in order to keep up with any sort of competitive deck. I mean, this card could obviously allow you to summon out a monster really fast. A high attack level one. You could, if you had Cyber Dragon in your hand, you could summon this guy, use, him and the Cyber Dragon in your hand to make Red Dragon Archfiend, 3000 beater. That won't have an effect, but 3000 beater on the field is still pretty good. So, I guess that's it for this week. Remember to leave me a comment on what you think of the card and why it never seen play. And I guess that's it for now. This is Galacticgod. Out.